No one could have ever imagined that there would come a time when you could get some water from the kitchen sink, pour it into the tank of your car, and be ready to go on a trip to the grocery store or to another state. This is despite the fact that technological advancement is occurring at a rate that blows our minds. However, the fact that Toyota has announced that it will soon be releasing an engine that will put an end to the era of electric cars gives rise to the possibility that automobile engines could be powered by water. However, what are the chances that a vehicle could operate solely on water without the need for fuel or electricity? Continue to accompany us as we investigate the latest and most fascinating developments in automobile technology and learn everything that Toyota has to say about their brand new water engine. The new water engine from Toyota. The most recent innovation from Toyota is likely to cause a disruption in the automobile industry as we know it. Imagine a vehicle that is propelled by water. A cutting-edge electrolysis process is utilized by this mind-boggling automobile in order to transform water into hydrogen, which is then used to fuel the engine. To generate power, its engine makes use of the chemical energy that is released during the recombination of hydrogen and oxygen. The only byproduct that is produced as a result of this interaction is water vapor. This not only lessens the emissions that are harmful to the environment, but it also addresses the growing concerns regarding air pollution and carbon dioxide emissions. Taking into account the ongoing global efforts to combat climate change, Toyota's innovation promises to bring about a more environmentally friendly and cleaner future for transportation. Despite the fact that electric cars have been at the forefront of the green automotive movement for years, receiving praise for their zero-emission status and their reliance on renewable energy sources, Toyota's water-powered car offers several advantages that are not available with traditional electric vehicles. The water-powered car that Toyota has developed makes use of water, which is a resource that is both abundant and renewable, in contrast to electric cars, which rely on batteries that need to be charged from the electrical grid. It is possible to power the electrolysis process, which is responsible for separating water into hydrogen and oxygen, with renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power, which would make the entire system more environmentally friendly. Of course, that is not all. Electric vehicles have been marketed as zero-emission vehicles. However, the manufacturing and disposal of lithium-ion batteries present significant environmental challenges and require a significant investment of resources by the automobile industry. The water-powered car that Toyota offers, on the other hand, completely avoids these shortcomings. As stated in the announcement that was made by Hiroki Nakajima, the Executive Vice President and Chief Technology Officer of Toyota, during a meeting that took place not too long ago in Japan, the company intends to completely transform the future of transportation by utilizing this new technology. While speaking, Nakajima discussed Toyota's ambitious plan to transition from being a car manufacturer to becoming a mobility company that assists individuals in having a variety of options for how they can move around. Takeru Kato, who is in charge of producing electric cars, also known as BVs, and Mitsumasa Yamagata, who will lead the team designing hydrogen cars when the factory opens in the near future, joined him. Both of these leaders are responsible for the production of electric cars, using a chemical reaction between hydrogen that is stored in the vehicle and oxygen that is taken from the surrounding air. Toyota's hydrogen fuel cell automobiles are able to generate electricity that is used to power the vehicle. This system is comprised of a significant component known as an electrolyzer. Because it does not require a significant amount of energy and does not generate any harmful byproducts, the process is both highly efficient and risk-free. It is one of the most advantageous aspects of this process that it does not require a large and heavy tank in order to store the hydrogen energy. When hydrogen is required, the electrolyzer is able to produce it, which results in the vehicle being lighter and more fuel efficient. In order to make efficient use of hydrogen fuel, certain components of the automobile's engine will need to be replaced. Injectors, which are responsible for spraying fuel into the engine, need to be modified so that they can spray hydrogen in the appropriate manner. It is also necessary to strengthen the engine block and the cylinder head in order to accommodate the high pressure that hydrogen fuel generates. It is necessary to manufacture additional components, such as spark plugs and valves, in order to ensure that the engine operates effectively and without risk. In the following section, we will delve into the specifics of how the process actually operates. However, it is important to keep in mind that Toyota's water engine is superior to other motors that use hydrogen for the simple reason that it is much simpler and less expensive to store water than it is to store hydrogen. Hydrogen is a gas, and as such, it requires specialized containers that are able to withstand high pressure. These tanks are not only costly but also heavy and prone to leaks, which can be extremely hazardous. Because it is a liquid, water is much simpler to store than other substances. It does not require any specialized tanks or high pressure, which makes it safer and more a practical option. This enables the water motor to be used in a wide variety of applications, including power plants, large trucks, and even small cars. This type of motor is superior to other types of motors due to the fact that it is both simple and safe. In addition, it helps reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and reduces the emissions that are harmful to the environment. Because of this, it is a more environmentally friendly choice for both transportation and the generation of energy. On the other hand, you might be surprised to learn that the concept of creating a vehicle that is solely powered by water is not exactly a novel one. Prior to Toyota's efforts to develop automobiles that will only operate on water, there were other companies that attempted to accomplish the same thing. Your mind is going to be completely blown by the sheer number of claims and attempts. Genapax, a Japanese company, made the announcement in 2008 that they had achieved their goal of developing a vehicle that could operate on water rather than petrol or diesel. This was a significant piece of news because it promised a more environmentally friendly and cost-effective method of powering automobiles. According to Genapax, their automobile utilized a specialized structure that extracted energy from water by first separating it into hydrogen and oxygen and then utilizing the hydrogen as a fuel source. However, it was discovered by specialists that the system was not only utilizing water. It was also necessary to have a specialized substance known as metal hydride. Because of this, the automobile was not actually powered by water. Genapax never offered any forms of scientific evidence to back up their claims, and a great number of scientists had doubts about their account. The scientists explained that water is extremely stable, and that in order to separate it into hydrogen and oxygen, a significant amount of energy is required. Because it takes energy to break the bonds that hold the water molecules together, it is impossible to obtain energy solely from water. This is because the laws of physics mandate that this is not possible. Additionally, a number of scientists brought to people's attention Stanley Meyer, who, in the 1980s, asserted that he had created a dune buggy that could run on water. On the other hand, Meyer never presented hard evidence, and his assertions were discovered to be untrue. Even in 1996, he was found guilty of committing fraud. The story that Genapax told sounded very much like Meyer's, and people had a great deal of skepticism. Hydrogen Technology Applications announced in 2002 that they had developed a device known as Aquagen that was capable of separating water into hydrogen and oxygen, respectively. Initially, they utilized it for safer welding, but later on they asserted that it could power automobiles. On the other hand, their claims appeared to be exaggerated, and their theories were not supported by scientific evidence. In a later statement, the company acknowledged that their device could only make automobiles more fuel efficient and could not run solely on water. Additionally, in the year 2002, Genesis World Energy asserted that they had a device that was capable of extracting energy from water resources. They were able to secure a significant amount of funding from investors, but they were never able to develop a product that was functional. The owner of the company, Patrick Kelly, was sentenced to prison for fraud in the year 2006. In 2008, the same year that Genapax made their announcement, a man named Tushara Priyalasinghe from Sri Lanka asserted that he had driven a car on water for 190 miles while only using 3 liters of water. Despite the fact that he received support from the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, Tushara was ultimately arrested for fraud. As was the case with many others before him, his assertions were overstated and deceptive. More recently, in the year 2022, an individual named Arianto Misal from Indonesia asserted that he had developed a device known as Nakuba that was capable of converting water into hydrogen fuel. It was said that it could provide power to motorcycles for a distance of 500 kilometers on a single liter of water, and that major automobile manufacturers such as Lamborghini and Ferrari were interested in it. His assertions, however, were met with skepticism from Indonesian scientists, who stated that the device was physically impossible to create. In addition to this, they discovered that the automobile manufacturers were not particularly interested. It seemed as though Arianto's story, along with those of others, was more about making bold claims than it was about having real proof. We have to wonder if there has been a deliberate attempt to stifle the use of water as fuel for vehicles, despite the multiple attempts that have been unsuccessful and the scams that have been implemented. There are a lot of reasons why this might be the case, despite the fact that we are unable to provide any evidence that there have been suppressions. The global energy industry, which is currently dominated by fossil fuels, is worth trillions of dollars. This is just one example. The introduction of a technology that has the potential to render conventional energy sources obsolete poses a threat to the financial interests of influential corporations and stakeholders. It is within these entities' power to suppress or discredit technologies that could pose a threat to their market dominance because they possess sufficient resources and influence. As an illustration, companies that deal in fossil fuels have a vested interest in preserving their market share, and in order to safeguard their profits, they may engage in lobbying against alternative energy technologies or attempt to discredit them. The public and the media frequently exhibit skepticism and resistance towards new and innovative technologies, which is another possible explanation for this phenomenon. It is not surprising that the general public finds it difficult to comprehend the concept of using water as a fuel source for a vehicle. The public's lack of comprehension, perceived dangers, and concerns about safety can result in negative publicity and impede the widespread acceptance of this concept. It is also possible that powerful entities will choose to take advantage of these fears in order to keep control of the narrative and control the dissemination of these potentially disruptive technologies. It is possible, for instance, for misinformation campaigns to generate uncertainty and fear regarding new technologies, thereby reducing the likelihood that the general public will accept them. However, given that Toyota has made public statements regarding its intentions to develop these automobiles, and has also presented evidence regarding the operation of the science, it is entirely possible that we are on the verge of witnessing the beginning of a new era. The fact that they have a significant amount of resources, the trust that they have earned over the years, and the influence that they have in the mobility market all point to the possibility that water vehicles will become a reality rather than just a whisper. Toyota's desire to maintain its leadership position in a market that is shifting towards clean technologies and electric vehicles is the driving force behind all of this. This is especially true in light of the fact that new electric vehicles are being produced by companies such as BYD and Xiaomi in China. This has prompted them to concentrate on improving and enhancing the efficiency of their hydrogen technology in order to satisfy the growing demand for environmentally friendly modes of transportation within the industry. This history of water-powered car ideas demonstrates that the push for greener energy solutions is real and important, despite the fact that many claims may have been false. As a result of ongoing research conducted by Toyota, the company has already developed a vehicle known as the Mirai that is powered by hydrogen. These advancements demonstrate that a more environmentally friendly future in transportation is feasible. In addition to that, there is no end in sight. When it comes to the production of electric vehicles, China and the United States have been at the forefront of the race towards environmentally friendly transportation. It is common knowledge that China and the United States have been at the forefront of the race in terms of electric vehicle production. Due to the aggressive policies it has implemented and the significant investments it has made in electric vehicle infrastructure, China has emerged as the largest market for electric vehicles. BYD, NIO, and XPeng are among the companies that are leading the electric vehicle revolution in China. These companies are able to take advantage of government subsidies, extensive charging networks, and robust manufacturing capabilities. In response to the Chinese government's determination to cut down on carbon emissions and urban pollution, stringent regulations have been enacted that encourage the use of electric vehicles. Because of this, the electric vehicle market in China has experienced rapid expansion, with millions of electric cars being sold every year. The country's commitment to the advancement of battery technology and the expansion of its charging infrastructure has also been an important factor in the country's ability to maintain its position as a global leader in the production of electric vehicles. On the other hand, the United States of America, which is home to some of the most successful companies in the world, such as Tesla, has also made significant progress in the electric vehicle sector. With its forward-thinking designs, cutting-edge technology, and extensive supercharger network, Tesla has completely transformed the market. Elon Musk is the driving force behind this innovative and revolutionary company. Standards for the industry are continuously being raised as a result of the company's dedication to enhancing the efficiency and range of batteries continuously. As an additional point of interest, traditional automobile manufacturers such as General Motors and Ford have shifted their attention to electric vehicles, launching new models and making significant investments in electric vehicle technology. However, despite the progress that has been made in the production of electric vehicles, both China and the United States are confronted with challenges that are associated with the environmental impact of the production and disposal of batteries, as well as the requirement for renewable energy sources to charge an electric vehicle. In this regard, the water-powered automobile manufactured by Toyota offers a distinct advantage. Toyota's innovative approach to developing an electric vehicle that is powered by hydrogen that is derived from water distinguishes it from the conventional approach to electric vehicles. The water-powered vehicle that Toyota has developed makes use of hydrogen fuel cells, in contrast to battery electric vehicles, BEVs, which are powered by large lithium-ion batteries. A cleaner alternative in terms of emissions is provided by this distinction, which not only addresses some of the environmental concerns that are associated with the production of batteries, but also offers a cleaner alternative. It is common for vehicles that are powered by fossil fuels to release harmful pollutants like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. However, the engine that Toyota uses produces only water vapor, which eliminates the release of these damaging pollutants. Furthermore, the hydrogen fuel cell technology developed by Toyota offers a number of benefits that are not available with conventional batteries that are utilized in electric vehicles. As an illustration, hydrogen fuel cells can be refueled much more quickly than batteries can be recharged. It typically only takes a few minutes to fill up a hydrogen tank, whereas it can take several hours to recharge a battery. The water-powered car is now more convenient for long-distance travel, and the amount of time it takes to refuel is reduced as a result of this. In comparison to lithium-ion batteries, hydrogen fuel cells have a higher energy density, which is another significant advantage of these kinds of batteries. This indicates that hydrogen fuel cells are capable of storing more energy per unit of weight, which could potentially result in an increased driving range for vehicles. To add insult to injury, hydrogen can be produced through the utilization of a wide range of renewable energy sources, including solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, which further enhances the sustainability of this technology. The approach taken by Toyota also addresses a number of the most significant challenges that are associated with the production and storage of hydrogen. The second speaker. In order to facilitate the production of hydrogen from water, the company has developed more advanced electrolysis units that are more efficient, thereby reducing the overall energy consumption that is required. These units make use of cutting-edge catalysts and materials to improve the efficiency of the electrolysis process, which in turn makes it more feasible for production on a large scale. When it comes to the storage of hydrogen, Toyota has pioneered and developed high-pressure tanks that are constructed from cutting-edge composite materials. In order to guarantee the secure storage of hydrogen under high pressure, these tanks are designed to be both lightweight and extremely durable, while also being extremely durable. In order to detect and prevent leaks, the storage system is outfitted with cutting-edge sensors and safety features. This provides an additional layer of protection for the system. The difficulty of operating hydrogen vehicles in cold climates is another challenge that Toyota has already addressed. Hydrogen has the ability to freeze at temperatures that are extremely low, which could potentially affect the performance of the vehicle. Innovative solutions, such as the incorporation of heating elements and insulation into the hydrogen storage system, were developed by Toyota in order to overcome this challenge. The implementation of these measures guarantees that the vehicle will be able to function dependably even in severe winter conditions, thereby making hydrogen vehicles viable in a wider variety of environments. It is in line with global efforts to reduce reliance on fossil fuels that Toyota has made a commitment to incorporating renewable energy sources into the process of producing hydrogen. The water-powered car that Toyota has developed is able to operate with a minimal carbon footprint because it generates hydrogen through the use of solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. This makes it a truly environmentally friendly alternative in the business of automobile manufacturing. The commitment of Toyota to eco-friendly technology. It is not often that great things begin all of a sudden, and Toyota's dedication to environmentally friendly technology extends far beyond the creation of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. From the beginning of hybrid technology to the investigation of alternative fuels, the company has been a pioneer in both of these areas. One of the most notable areas of concentration has been the creation of hydrocarbons that have a lower impact on the environment. The conventional form of hydrocarbons, which includes fossil fuels like petrol and diesel, is directly responsible for a significant portion of the carbon emissions that are produced. On the other hand, Toyota has been investigating the possibility of using biofuels and synthetic hydrocarbons, both of which have the potential to be cleaner alternatives. Chemical processes that convert carbon dioxide and hydrogen into fuels are responsible for the production of synthetic hydrocarbons. This provides an effective means of recycling carbon dioxide and reducing the overall carbon footprint. Another potentially fruitful avenue is the production of biofuels, which are derived from organic materials such as plant biomass, animal waste, and algae. Both renewable and sustainable through a chemical reaction with oxygen. Hydrogen fuel cells are the central component of Toyota's strategy for producing environmentally friendly vehicles. These cells are able to convert hydrogen gas into electricity. Because the only byproduct of this process is water vapor, it is considered to be one of the most environmentally friendly forms of energy. At the beginning of the 1990s, Toyota presented the world with its first prototype of a fuel cell vehicle. Since then, the technology has undergone significant development. Toyota's fuel cells are now more efficient, compact, and cost-effective than they were in the past. Improvements in catalyst materials, membrane durability, and overall system integration have been the driving forces behind the advancements that have been made in fuel cell technology. Recent reports indicate that Toyota is the owner of more than 5,000 patents that are associated with hydrogen fuel cell technology. Some of the most important developments in fuel cell stack design, hydrogen storage solutions, and methods for producing hydrogen in an efficient manner are included in these patents. Obtaining these patents not only allows Toyota to safeguard its technological advancements, but it also places the company in a position of leadership in the transition to environmentally friendly modes of transportation. It is imperative that we do not overlook the fact that the introduction of the Mirai, which was the world's first mass-produced hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, is one of the most significant milestones in Toyota's journey towards environmentally friendly technology. The Mirai, which literally translates to future in Japanese, is Toyota's vision for environmentally responsible transportation. Since it was first introduced in 2014, the Mirai has been subjected to a number of updates and enhancements, which have served to reaffirm Toyota's dedication to the development of fuel cell technology. In order to function, the Mirai makes use of a hydrogen fuel cell system, which allows for the generation of electricity through a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. This system is made up of a number of essential components, such as the fuel cell stack, high-pressure hydrogen tanks, an electric motor, and a battery for the purpose of energy storage. The electrochemical reaction that results in the production of electricity and water vapor takes place within the fuel cell stack, which is frequently referred to as the most important component of the vehicle. As a result of its impressive driving range and refueling time, the Mirai is one of the most notable features of the vehicle. When the hydrogen tank is full, the Mirai is capable of traveling more than 300 miles, which is comparable to the range of many gasoline-powered vehicles. The Mirai can be refueled in approximately 5 minutes, which is a significantly shorter amount of time than it takes to charge an electric vehicle. Because of this convenience, The Mirai is an excellent option for consumers who are looking for an environmentally friendly vehicle that does not sacrifice performance in terms of usability. There are significant positive effects that the Mirai has on the environment. Through the emission of only water vapor, the Mirai eliminates emissions from the tailpipe, thereby contributing to cleaner air and a reduction in emissions of greenhouse gases. Toyota has also taken measures to ensure that the Mirai is available to a more diverse range of consumers. The company has implemented a number of different initiatives, such as advancements in manufacturing processes and economies of scale, in order to bring down the cost of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. To add insult to injury, Toyota has been actively involved in partnerships and collaborations to expand the infrastructure for hydrogen refueling, which will make it simpler for consumers to adopt hydrogen vehicles. Toyota's dedication to hydrogen technology extends beyond the Mirai and encompasses products in other vehicle categories as well. The versatility of this technology in a variety of transportation applications has been demonstrated by the company through the development of hydrogen fuel cell buses and trucks. These vehicles are intended to provide transportation solutions that are both environmentally friendly and efficient for commercial and public transportation operations, thereby contributing to a further reduction in the carbon footprint of the transportation sector. Furthermore, Toyota is investigating the possibility of utilizing hydrogen fuel cells in stationary applications, in addition to its offerings of automobiles. The company has developed energy systems and generators that are powered by hydrogen, and these may be utilized in a variety of facilities, including buildings, data centers, and other establishments. The fact that these systems offer a dependable and environmentally friendly source of energy is further evidence that hydrogen technology has the potential to be utilized in industries other than agriculture. Toyota takes a holistic and forward-thinking approach to the development of environmentally friendly technology. The company is aware that in order to achieve a sustainable future, it is necessary to implement a multifaceted strategy that not only involves the creation of innovative vehicles, but also the development of supporting infrastructure and sustainable energy sources. The process of the electrolyzer is explained. Hydrogen fuel cell products manufactured by Toyota function through the utilization of a chemical reaction that takes place between the hydrogen that is stored in the vehicle and the oxygen that is present in the air around us. The automobile is powered by the electricity that is produced by this reaction. This is a very ingenious and effective method of making automobiles run without causing any damage to the environment. A specialized component known as an electrolyzer is included in the motor. The water molecules are separated into hydrogen and oxygen through a process known as electrolysis, which is carried out by this component through the process of taking in water itself. 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom are bonded together to form water. Water is a chemical substance. In order to divide these atoms into smaller pieces, the electrolyzer makes use of a specific form of energy known as electricity. There are 2 electrodes, which are specialized pieces of metal through which the electricity is transmitted. When the electrodes are submerged in the water molecules begin to disintegrate as a result of the flow of electricity through the electrodes. Atoms of hydrogen are drawn to one of the electrodes, while oxygen atoms are drawn to the other electrode. This is because hydrogen atoms are larger than oxygen atoms. The hydrogen and oxygen are both separated from one another as a result of this observation. The negative electrode, also known as the cathode, is the electrode that the hydrogen is drawn to through the process of attraction. It is referred to as the positive electrode, or the anode, and it is the electrode that the oxygen is drawn to. It is the movement of the hydrogen atoms to the cathode and the movement of the oxygen atoms to the anode that causes the movement of the electrodes when electricity is flowing through them. Due to the fact that it does not require a significant amount of energy to take place and does not generate any harmful byproducts, this process is both highly efficient and risk-free. The establishment of customer-oriented bases in major markets and the provision of hydrogen products that are reasonably priced and available in sufficient quantities are their goals. Given the plans that Toyota has outlined, it is clear that automobile engines will soon be able to operate on water. This will happen very soon. Will Toyota's new engine truly finish off electric vehicles and put an end to their use? In the comment section, please be sure to share your thoughts with us. For additional content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Furthermore, click the following video that is displayed on your screen. You are going to take pleasure in it.